This game looks like Disney Dreamlight Valley. Jay, can I get some confirmation on that? Does it look like Disney Dreamlight Valley? I could see that, I suppose. It does? Is that kind of vibe? I could see that. Kind of looks like Fortnite. I could definitely see that. Hang on, we're Aladdin on the Sega Genesis now. I was going to call it the Super Genesis. Did you know that when the Sega Genesis and the Super Nintendo came out in South Korea, there was a rule, or a law, I should say, which made it so that you couldn't import Japanese products. So instead, to release it in Korea, they had to work through like a Korean distributor and change the name. So one of them, I can't remember, one of them is called the Super Aladdin Boy instead of like the Genesis or the SNES. And the other one is called the Super Hyundai Comboy or something like that. That sounds sick. No, not what you're saying. Comboy. Like it's a combination, but it's also a lad. Is this the Elden Ring killer? Elden Ring's been real quiet since On Guard came out. HoloCure, but this game looks pretty fun. Listen, this may or may not be true, okay? But is HoloCure in any way related to the VTuber organization known as HoloLive? Because if they're not, it is? Okay, then my instincts were correct. It's a fan game. I got nothing against it. I'm just saying, like, it didn't find its way into my normal game discovery queue. Yes, but it's lit. Is it a Vampire Survivors clone? Is the Vampire Survivors clone in the room with us right now? That's fine. I'm not insulting it for being a Vampire Survivors game. I'm kind of over the Vampire Survivors games, and I don't know anything about VTubers, man. Can I ask, especially Librarian, and I'm not trying to put the whole system on trial, what does it mean when a VTuber graduates? Is that a situation where they've decided to retire, or have they been pushed out of their organization, but they call it a graduation? They age out? How do they age out, though, when they're like, does the person age out, or does the robot age out? Because obviously the robot aging out is kind of, they don't age out. Okay, never mind. But why do so many retire after like a year or something like that?
Why am I making this dog a conservative?
NL out here asking the worst questions ever. Me wondering why people find my hobby gatekeepy and off-putting. Me asking a simple question about it. This is the worst question ever. Me trying to understand and interface with you on something that we could all relate to. Like, I don't understand this. You know, if I ask like a 55-year-old dude with gray hair, what's your favorite part of golf? He doesn't go, it's the worst question ever. He goes, getting away from my spouse for 2 hours. And then we, you know, buy each other a drink and we learn a little bit about life on the other side, right? I'm not trying to actively push people out and then complain about being isolated. I'm trying to find common ground here. I guess here's the question that I have about it. And again, that's why I prefaced it by saying this is not mean-spirited. It's just literally coming from a place of complete ignorance. I feel like the most successful VTubers make a lot of money. So I feel like they would want to have relatively long careers from a streaming standpoint. So why do I see VTubers retiring after like 2 years of insane popularity? It's not something you see with meat streamers, you know what I mean? Their contract ended? So the VTuber doesn't own the... They don't own the V. They own the... They're like an employee. That's correct. Some of them do. It's very interesting. I'm not passing judgment, you know? It's... You know what's annoying? Is people say like... that you start getting old and out of touch when you stop making an effort to learn about things. When you make an effort to learn about things, people go, stupid question, boomer. I can't wait for you to get your comeuppance, honestly. Did you know there's a male loneliness epidemic? It'll happen to you too. That's what I'm saying, man. It's so sad how old people don't want to try new things. Hey, that new thing you're interested in, Junior, what is that called again? Dad, don't talk to me. I told you, it's called VTubing. I told you 1,000 times, just leave me alone. It looks like a culinary debate over paella has been going on here. Wait, what? Chorizo? I've never been one for adhering to recipes, but this is where I draw the line. I'm not going to say no to a chorizo being in a paella. Here's my hypothesis, my theory on that. I like chorizo. Meat good. Most of the time. Yeah, most of the time.
Are you afraid of facing me directly?
I like Spanish food. I'm going to be honest, the only Spanish food I could tell you is paella. I'm sure there's more. I guess chorizo is another one. Tapas? Yeah, but tapas isn't like a... Here comes the VTuber discussion again. Tapas isn't like a cuisine, right? It's like a... Like, tapas isn't a genre of food. It's a medium of food. That's like saying your favorite kind of music is a CD. Correct. Holy cow, I never thought I would get that.